Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we are going to be picking my September TBR, which seems a little crazy to say because I feel like August, just like I blinked and it was over. I don't really feel like July and August were even real. It kind of feels like a fever dream. But I am excited so much for September and just like the start of fall. Definitely quite a few new releases that are coming out this month and honestly through the end of the year that are like highly anticipated books for me. The end of the Legacy series by Melissa K. Rorick, the end of the Empire of the Vampire series by Jay Kristoff, Catabasis that actually just got delivered today, which is crazy. So many new books, and I feel like the fall is going to be just like epic endings of all of these like insane series that I've grown to really love. So I'm very excited to build up this TBR. Hi. Hachi wants to say hi. What are you doing? Say hello to the vlog. Come say hello. You gonna help mommy pick her TBR? So cute. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know you can't see him, but he's curled up right next to me right now. It's the cutest freaking thing ever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so for September, I'm going to be picking 5 prompts like I normally do out of our new TBR jar, which is a little bit different than how we last left it, but I'll show it to you. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? I gasped in the store when I saw this. Like, I was so excited. So this is going to be our regular prompt jar and then our little mini jar. And 1 from here and 5 from here, and I think that's like the sweet spot for me right now. Last month I read 6 books, which is much less than I normally read, and then this month I'm probably on the track of reading like 6 to 8 books. So without further ado, like always, we will go ahead and we'll just start by picking from this jar. I always try and go for the bottom. I don't know why, but it always ends up coming from the very bottom. Okay. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is gonna be a read it or unhaul it book for sure, because I've had this book on my TBR for a very long time, and I've read a couple of Leigh Bardugo's books and found them to just be okay. So curious. So this is our first book on our TBR, which is actually a perfect time to read this book. I can't remember if this made it onto my fall TBR list or not. I don't think it did, to be honest, but this is a book that I have been waiting for the fall time to try, but I've had it on my TBR for a long time. So I'm very excited to dive into this book. From my understanding, oh, that's pretty. From my understanding, this is a dark academia novel. It's a duology, so there's only 2 books, so not a huge commitment, which is really nice. And yeah, I don't really know a whole lot more than that. It's just a dark academia book, and it's been on my TBR for a long time, and I'm just like ready to try it. The only thing that's really been like holding me back is, yeah, just like finding her writing to just be okay, or just like the story of Six of Crows, the duology. That was the story I read. It was just okay for me. It wasn't like crazy. I didn't absolutely fall in love with it. So that's why I've been kind of like holding off on this one. So I am very excited to try this because it's been sitting on my shelf for a long time, and I'm ready to just like give it a try. If I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. No hard feelings. But if I do love it, it's good because it's only a 2-book series and it's not a huge commitment. So yeah, that's our first book. That's exciting. Wow, what a fantastic start to our September TBR. I get so out of breath doing these videos and I don't know why. All right, let's crack into our little acorn jar. We're gonna pick 5. These are all new prompts. These are the same ones that we just recently made in that doing book stuff video. I literally just put them in a new jar. All right, we'll pick 5. The colors literally, they don't mean anything. They're just there to look pretty. Okay, got our first one. This is a long one. Can you read that? A book that matches the vibes of the candle you're burning. Okay, that's a good one, because it's funny because I wrote this because I know that I'm always burning a candle. There's not really a moment in time that I'm not burning a candle while I'm home. And the one that I'm currently burning right now is an apple forest flavor from H-E-B. So the candle's green. I'll show you. So this is the candle that we've been burning recently, like 24/7. So it's called Apple Orchard. It's green. It smells divine and smells like you just stepped into a fall apple orchard in the mountains and you have your little basket and you're going around picking apples. So it smells amazing. Candle's green. Smells like apples and fall. There's actually one that I'm kind of looking at that matches that vibe. Wow, yeah, I have so many books that I could pick. Give me a minute to think about this. I've got 4 books here that we could pick. All 4 of these have similar vibes, as they are like outdoorsy in kind of like the woods, it seems, and each of them has like a little bit of green on them. Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. I don't know why, but this book has been on my mind a lot recently. It was on one of my summer TBRs and I just did not get to it because I wasn't in the mood for like a cozy fantasy at the time, but like I have been in such a cozy fantasy mood ever since reading The Hidden Magic of Ordinary Things. Like such a cozy fantasy mood. So this one could be a really good option for that. I mean, it's just like, you know, you're just gonna be outside in the woods wandering and frolicking around. The next one is Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. This is on my fall TBR list. I mean, she's just like, she's holding onto a bunch of thorns, and to me that just reminds me of like an apple orchard or like being out in the forest. There's a little bit of green on it, and it is on my fall TBR, so that could also be a good one. The next one is one you've probably not heard of before. This is called The Enchanter's Tale by Beatrix Grin. This is just an Amazon Kindle Unlimited find. So it's an indie published book that honestly, the cover just really caught my eye, and the description of it also caught my eye. It also seems like kind of like a cozy fantasy. I don't know. I have been on a indie book kind of like spree recently, and I've been really loving all the ones that I've been picking up. So this one, simply because she's sitting on a tree and a tree branch and it's green, is kind of like why I was thinking apple orchard. And then the last one that we could choose is Left Up Forever by Tara Dewitt. They're also in the woods. I'm pretty sure they go camping or something in like Oregon or Washington. Yeah, Oregon. And it's green. So all 4 of these kind of have like similar vibes when you look at the covers. So it's really just like which one I feel like I should read right now. I've also kind of been like in a slump, so I want to pick one that I feel very confident I'm going to like. And I mean, I just went to like look at these, so I'm thinking one of these probably. I think I'm gonna pick this. It's not very fall as far as I know. It might actually be in a fall setting, I'm not sure, but it's been on my mind, and I'm a huge mood reader, so I'm feeling like even if I don't pick this for this prompt, like I'm going to want to pick it up anyways, so I might as well just put it on the TBR. And it's so funny because both of these, Ninth House and Emily Wilde's, are like starkly different, but I mean, hey, that's like what I've been wanting to read. So I'm gonna keep these other 3 just like off to the side because I still do want to read all 3 of these. So I don't know, we'll see what our next picks are and go from there. So that was 1, so let's pick 4 more. Okay, another green one. Wow. Can you read that? A book you know little about. So I could pick literally any of them. All right, well, I think I already know like the one I want to pick. Maybe. I've got a couple options again, so let's see. I'll pick some. Okay, y'all may have heard of these books before. Both of these are also indie published romantasy books. Both of them I have had on the back of my mind for a while, and that is A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. Now, this book is like, a lot of people are talking about this book recently and have had really, really amazing things to say about it. What I do know about it is that it's a romantasy trilogy, I think. And it seems kind of like political, like the girl is half fae, half human, and she's like spying for the king in the human world maybe. But that's all I know. I really just bought it because I've heard so many amazing reviews about it so far. This whole like sun situation right here is like distracting me. So this could be a really good option right now because I really don't know any more than that. And then the next one, I truly know absolutely nothing about this book. Truly nothing about this book. But this book had a lot of popularity like end of last year. This is Of Blood and Ether by Harper Hawthorne. This cover is really interesting. I really don't even know like what I'm looking at. I think it's a raven's head with like armor on it or something. And this is also a romantasy. It's a little bit thicker. It's like 500 pages, but I have both of these on my Kindle. So like I could read both of them on my Kindle and probably fly through them. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I kind of want to put like both of them on my TBR. Like, how am I going to choose these? Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to read the first sentence of each book, and whichever one kind of hooks me is the one that I'm going to pick. In a shattered realm, one long lost to the fading memory of the ancients, a solitary tower stood upon the peak of a mountain range cloaked in mist and shadow. That sounds very cool and ominous and kind of giving like Rapunzel. And then a tongue so sweet and deadly, the noise in the packed tavern was unbearable. A relentless hum of chatter and clattering of glasses pounded against her temples. Lisa cast a longing glance at the door behind her. It had been a long day already, and the only thing she wanted was to climb into bed and be anywhere other than this teeming, blistering room. Even the snow swirling around the dusty windows behind her looked more welcoming, but she needed to show her face tonight. She'd spent the last few nights holed up in her study, and Licia knew word would get back to her king if she stayed in tonight as well. His henchmen would come looking for her. That didn't help at all, because now I want to read both of them. You know what? Screw it. I'm putting both of them on my TBR. I can do whatever I want, and I want to read both of them. The only thing is, if I read A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, it's a trilogy. All of the books are out right now on Kindle Unlimited, so like I feel like I'd probably want to just keep reading that series, which is totally fine, but like the rest of my TBR will probably go on the back burner for that. So I'm gonna have both my TBR, and just I'm gonna pick whatever I feel like in the mood reading at the time, I guess, and then we'll just like go from there. Maybe I'll get out of my reading slump and I'll just like feel better and want to read more. I want to pick a different color. I'm gonna pick this orange one. A book in your Amazon cart or wish list. I was really hoping to pick this one. I kind of use my Amazon cart as my wish list, so let's just see what we have in my Amazon cart right now. Okay, Whispers of the Deep by Emma Hamm, the second book in the Heart of the Fae series, which is also an Emma Hamm book. I have the second book to this book, but I don't want to pick that until like I know for sure that I'm going to like her writing style. See, the problem with this prompt is that I buy the books as I want them. I don't like wait, you know? What else is on here? Ooh, Under Cold Moons, Direbound. Honestly, like, this is gonna sound so crazy, but I don't feel like buying a book right now. I have so many books already. I have bought so many books recently, and I don't feel like I need to buy another book. And so I'm gonna pick another prompt. I can't believe that I'm putting this back, but I truly have bought so many books, and I'll show you the book that I actually already bought today. It's called Veins of Magic. This book right here. It's a continuation of the Heart of the Fae series or the Otherworld series, and so I literally already bought that. So I'm just going to like leave that as is, and I'm going to pick another prompt in replace of that prompt, or like, yeah, in replacement of that prompt, because I don't know, I don't really feel like I need to buy any more books. I think that I just want to read the books that I already have. Oh, this one jumped out. So I've always wanted to do that, just pick the one that jumps out. So let's just see what it says. Can you read? IG pics, Instagram pics. Okay, that's a fun one. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to take pictures of 2 books. I'm gonna put them on my Instagram story, cover them up so you can't see them, and then I'm gonna let Instagram pick whichever one that they want me to read. So let's go ahead and just like pick the books that I want to read. I'm gonna put on The Burning Witch and The Veins of the Drowning. These are the 2 books that I'm gonna put on my Instagram and have Instagram pick versus 2 of these. So I'll set these down, take a picture. So it's uploaded now. We'll check back in like, I I don't know, 10 minutes whenever I'm done filming this video, and we'll see what everybody picks. Honestly, I want to read both of these like super bad, so I'm happy with literally either one of those. So we have what? So we have 2 more to pick from our acorn. 2 more to pick. I love this one. You're not gonna be able to read it probably. A book that you think is gonna break your heart. There's like one book in mind that I always think about when I like think about what's gonna break my heart, and I could be in the mood to read it. I'm like in my head, I'm like, am I really in the mood to read this right now? It's like the perfect cozy book, and that is this one. The Final Wish of Mr. Murray McBride. I've talked about this series a lot on my channel. It follows a old man, like a 100-year-old man, and you go back and forward in time. A lot of like really tragic things happen in the first book that I read, which is called The 5 Wishes of Mr. Murray McBride, and this is the final one. And this one is, I think, about the young boy in that first book and the girl. So it's definitely an option. Another one could be My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry, which I've also kind of like been thinking about this book a lot recently. This is by Frederick Bachman. This is a pretty short, actually, pretty short book. Oh well, 350 pages. So I could definitely pick this one up, and I just know that like this one's gonna break my heart. So you know what, maybe I'll pick this one because I don't know if I'm ready for this to be over, to be honest. Like I really just don't know if I'm ready for it to be done. And I'm not gonna have any problem like remembering what happens in those first 2 books because it's gonna stick with me for a long time. So I'm really leaning more towards picking this one. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pick My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. I don't think Frederick Bachman could like ever let me down, honestly. So I'm gonna pick this one. I think it's gonna break my heart. I also kind of have a feeling that both of these are gonna break my heart. So I don't know if my heart's gonna be okay in September. All right, let's see. That one just fell out, but last time we did that, we didn't get a good one. So we'll do this one. That says a number generator. How are we gonna do this? We've had a lot of like really fun prompts this time. So we're gonna use the first 3 shelves of, the first 3 shelves of my TBR bookcase, which I'll show you, and then I will put my number generator like 1 through probably like 75 is what I'm thinking, and then we'll just do that. Here's the number generator. You can see it's 1 through 100. I have not actually hit it yet. That 9 is just there automatically. I don't know why it does that, but it does that every time. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. 76. I hope that's like on those shelves. It looks like it would be. So let's go count. 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 60. That was such a fail because there's not even 75 books on the shelf. So that was a fail, so we're gonna do it one more time. Sorry, I know this lighting is like crazy. So there's literally like a total of 75 books on this entire bookcase. So I'm gonna just do it to 45 because I think that's where we were. You can see 13. All right, 13, and we'll start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Number 13 was Air by Sabatier. This book was not on my radar like at all this fall, but I recently read her Ember in the Ashes series like earlier this year, and I did really enjoy it. And this is a adult fantasy series. My friend read it and she absolutely loved it. So I'm curious. And I'm kind of just like, I don't know, just taken aback a little bit because it wasn't on my radar at all. I was planning on just like holding off for a while to read this book, but now's the time, I guess. So we have such a strange strange TBR this month. Maybe it's what I need to like get out of this slump. I don't know, but we've got some interesting books in here that like I wasn't really planning on reading, a lot of different genres, but I think each and every one of them is gonna be really good. So yeah, what an interesting little TBR. We still need to check the Instagram poll and see what people have been picking. It's literally only been up for like 5 minutes. But for now, let's go ahead and go over all the books again, what we picked for this month. These are the books that we picked so far. So we've got Air by Salpatier, Ninth House by Lee Bardugo, Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, A Blood of Aether, or of Blood and Ether, My Grandmother Asked You to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman. And then let's go ahead and check and see if anybody has voted on our little Instagram poll. I'm very curious if they have, because I've never done this before. Oh wow, we have. We've gotten a few people. This is our poll so far. So The Burning Witch won, which is exciting because that's such a fall read, like a very, very fall coded read. So y'all already know that I'm super excited to read this book. So this is gonna be our last book on our September TBR. Girl, we've got a crazy little random September TBR, but all of these books are gonna be really, really good. I can feel it in my bones. Like we've got some good, solid books on this TBR and some new ones too. And we're continuing series, starting a new series that has been on my shelf for a long time. So I am so curious about this TBR and how it's gonna go. So we will just reassess at the end of September. I will let you guys know how everything goes. And thank you so much for being here. I hope that your fall TBRs are going to be nice and crisp, just like mine. Let me know down below if you guys have read any of these books, if you guys recommend any of them, or any books that are similar to these, so we can talk about them. I will see you guys in the next video. I post videos every Saturday, so I will see you next weekend. Bye guys.